Well, Australian MP Nicolle Flint has worn a bin bag in response to what she called rubbish comments that were made on her appearance. She was responding to the Adelaide Sunday Mail columnist Peter Goers. Here is her full response to his comments.
I've put up with a lot as a woman in politics. Police charged a creepy old man with stalking me. My campaign office was vandalised, calling me a skank, and a prostitute who charges $60 an hour. When I appeared on the ABC TV programme Q&A, former journalist Mike Carlton live tweeted that singer Jimmy Barnes showed great restraint by not leaping from his seat and strangling me. Then yesterday, Sunday Mail columnist and ABC radio journalist Peter Goers criticised the way I look. He criticised the fact that I wear stiletto heels, tight black pants that show my ankles, my pearl earrings, and he criticised my pearly smile. He also criticised me for wearing a range of coloured jackets. So, Mr. Goers, what I want to know is, what should a woman in politics wear? How about a garbage bag to match your rubbish views?
Very strong. Also this week, a Met Police officer, Rachel Swan, spoke out about the comments that were made about her and her appearance after she was on TV in the course of her professional job. So how do you deal with these kinds of very sexist remarks that feel incredibly dated? Joining me now to discuss it, we have journalist Angela Haggerty, Holly Coombe, writer with the feminist magazine, The F Word, and comedian Kate Smurthwaite. Also joining us, we're delighted, has been able to join us is the director of the John Smith Centre for Politics and Public Service, Kezia Dugdale, of course, former leader of the Scottish Labour Party and MSP. Good morning, all.
Good morning, Jackie.
Hello.
Let me bring you in first of all, Kezia, as somebody who has been in politics for a very, very long time. It's your profession, it's your career. What was your response to how Nicolle Flint dealt with that?
I've just watched it on YouTube and I think it's absolutely first class. It's good honour to use a bit of humour to take on yet another man's denunciation, not of what she says and what she does, but what she wears. And I just think female politicians the world over will be applauding her.
Can you relate to it? Did you have similar experiences in the world of politics yourself?
Oh, yeah, and I think you'd struggle to find a female politician that hadn't had comments like that. I mean, I remember there being a Daily Mail spread after I did my first big conference speech as leader of the Scottish Labour Party, focusing on my shoes and commenting on how frumpy they were, and especially for somebody considered so young. So a concentration on my age and also what I was wearing was designed to undermine me. You see it all the time with Nicola Sturgeon, regular comments about the height of her heels. Of course, we had Theresa May and all the focus on the fact she had leopard print kitten heels. This is all about trying to make women look small and less powerful and to refocus political power on men because that's how they like it.
It's incredibly frustrating and boring, actually, to have to deal with it when you're trying to just get on with the job that you're trying to do. But when you first experienced that in your career, Kezia, were you absolutely flabbergasted, or was it something that you were waiting to sort of hit?
Yeah, I'm afraid I wasn't hugely surprised, and a lot of our work at the John Smith Centre now is about trying to break down the barriers that underrepresented groups face accessing public life. So whether that's trying to increase the number of female politicians or the number of black and Asian minority ethnic politicians or disabled politicians, it's all about those structural barriers. And there's no doubt that this is the type of thing that put women off standing for elected office, about how they're going to be perceived by others and talked about by other people, whether that's online or in the newspapers. It's a huge turn-off to women who otherwise could make a huge contribution to their country and to the wider world.
Angela Haggerty, let's bring in you and you're a journalist. What do you think? Was that the right call to do a very public social media viral, slightly humorous, but certainly with a very, very direct message that this Australian MP did? Do you think that was the right way to deal with it?
I think it's an individual choice because women Oh, any woman in public life is going to face this. There's no doubt about it. And how they deal with it, I'm not really one to criticise that, because I've been in the position where, even as a journalist and a commentator, I've experienced, very, very similar things. Kezia says, it's not something that comes as a surprise to women because it starts at a very, very young age. Mm-hmm. But one of the curious things that I've found is that the way that I've sometimes chosen to deal with, like online abuse and things, is by kind of highlighting it and drawing attention to it, sometimes in a humorous way, sometimes in a serious way, and then people even criticise you for that. You shouldn't be drawing attention to this, don't give it any more oxygen. And you're like, well, so what do we do then? Do we just deal with it privately? Do we draw attention to it? What exactly is it that we do? Because it seems that no matter what women do, it's the wrong things.